Okay, are we live? Are we live? Oh my gosh, I just ran in here. Maybe you saw my pajamas. That's good. I love it. I love it when it's real. It's going to be real this morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm Elle Ingalls. How are they going to spell my name today? I don't have a shirt that tells you. It's a little Nike sign today. So I've been up late 3 nights in a row doing some training on Pacific time, which is never an excuse to not get up and be able to deliver to you. So that is why I'm here. I want to unlock 3 keys to some of the myths that are out there about stress, to some of the things that you might read and think this is going to be helpful, and then you get discouraged because it's not. And it's the things that are missing from most of the advice about stress and anxiety. That's what we're going to dig into today. So 3 keys. I was just writing like mad to get on here. What are the keys, right? The first key is the timing. When I read an article, I read something recently that, 10 minutes, like take a 10-minute break, or do this for 5 minutes, do this breathing for 8 minutes. There's something that involves anything longer than 10 seconds, then I know that it's not based on the science of the stress response. I also know when I see that they say, you'll feel better after this amount of minutes. So feeling better is one thing, but what's really happening inside your body for hours after you trigger just once, that is so key to understand. So whenever I'm working with a client, one of the first things I do is I teach them about the stress response, the biology of the stress response. And here's the kicker, because I've dug so deeply on fight or flight and understanding it on a scientific level, on an emotional level, I've coached physicians, psychologists, social workers, therapists, and it's not something they learn when they're going through their schooling. I know this now because I read about this in my son's own books. He's a psychology major at one of the greatest institutions in the world. So I'm learning, what are they learning? And the whole key to stress, anxiety, most diagnoses, the root is that we're triggering fight or flight over and over and over again and keeping locked in the stress cycle. I refer to it as the stress cycle because it is a cycle of different hormones going out that you're locked in for hours and hours and hours in your day. So you may feel a little better after, but you're still locked into the effects, which is why it leads to heart disease, why it leads to any chronic disease. Cancers thrive in it, bacteria thrive in an acid body, and that's what happens when we go into fight or flight. So I teach people about the science behind these feelings, the science behind your psychology, what's happening up here. And once you understand that, it's like, that's the first key. We get to turn a little bit now because we got a key that unlocks that door. You understand how you're built and what this stress response really is and what it really is doing to you. And that's the first key. Once you have that understanding, you'll learn that it's really 10 seconds. Anything longer than that, that's nice. Those are nice things to do, but it's what you do in those first 10 seconds of any experience of feeling that is going to determine whether or not you've triggered fight or flight. So like any skill, it takes practice. But I'm so amazed at how quickly some of my clients just dig in and make this happen. And that leads to key number 2. And I'm just going to get really, really honest with you here, because if you've been watching this, but you haven't taken any action to work with me yet, like you've got to think about this. The second key is how important is it that you change? How important is it that you stop feeling so stressed and so anxious? And if you haven't taken any action to actually get off that fence and make it happen for you, like really learn the pressure-free method, I'm gonna ask you, what is benefiting you from staying in the mess? And I can honestly raise my hand here and say I have stayed in messes for long times because I did get some benefits. Some of the benefits are, you come home from work and you're too tired, so somebody else is going to cook, and you don't have to do anything with your partner or your kids afterwards because you're too tired. You're just going to flop on the couch and watch TV for hours or whatever. You're too tired. You're exhausted. You're stressed. What if you came home and you weren't stressed? Does that feel like too much of a burden to have to cook and to do things and experience your family? Like, do you have some fear around that? Do you have some fear that life could actually be good? People do. That's why I'm calling it out. It's like you're getting some kind of benefit from staying locked in anxiety, locked in stress. If you're the parent or the child of someone who is locked in anxiety and stress, I bet you can name some of their benefits. They don't have to go to school today because their stomach hurts. They don't want to go to school. So now they don't have to go to school. Their anxiety is keeping them from doing that. What are the benefits? And it's hard to admit some of those. I had to just really dig deep and admit, for me, mine was about control, because adrenaline makes me feel like I'm in control. I was an adrenaline addict, big time, big time. And so understanding that is important. The third key is that a tool that works for one person might not work for you at all. So you'll read something in a magazine or in a news feed, and you're like, oh, this is going to be the key. And you try it and it doesn't work. Well, it probably didn't work because you didn't have the right timing, number one. It might not have worked too because you haven't gotten to that point where you're getting over that fence. You're like, I'm all in to stop feeling this way. I'm all in to change up what's going on up here. So you got to be all in. You've got to really decide that now is your time. And then the third thing is, I teach over 40 tools in my intro course. Why do I have so many? Because you are so unique. You have unique experience, unique history, unique genetics. You have so many unique parts to you that this one tool you read about might not be the key. So we put the first key in, we unlock the fact that, okay, timing. Timing is the first thing. You learn the biology of your psychology, and now you can turn that key. You get through that door. You have understanding. Understanding is empowering. Understanding gives you so much ability to actually do something. Number two, we unlock that really deep-seated feeling. First, that you won't fail at this. It's based on science. You can do this. It will be fun. It will be a little bit of a roller coaster at first, but then it smooths out, which is super cool. And then the third is that I'm going to provide you with so many different tools that we can find the one tool or the combination of tools. I use combo tools constantly. That celebration Ferris wheel I teach you, that's a combo tool. I use combo tools constantly because my triggers had such a grip over me and I was blind to it. I didn't see it, didn't even know it until I started doing this work on myself back in 2010. So 3 keys, you can do this. It's fun. I get texts from my clients like years later say, tell me things that are possible for them now because their body works and their mind works. And some of these people were locked in anxiety for a long time. So it doesn't have to be that way. I'm here for you. I wish you a great pressure-free weekend. And I'm going to be going out to San Diego on Sunday. So I will definitely be on a different time zone and getting up at 5 o'clock? Is that when I'm getting up to say hello to you? So that'll be fun, right? Wishing you all a great pressure-free weekend, and please reach out to me if you or somebody you know is just ready to take that first step. The first step is just a conversation with me at speakwithelle.com, and believe me, I'll give you some great benefit right in that talk together, and I can learn about you. I wanna learn about you. I wanna know what's going on for you. That's what's important. So have a great one. Bye.